I always do a screenshot before I start my podcast to put on, the podcast itself when it's finished. I'm not so sure about the one we started with today. Okay. Folks, sometimes we feel like we don't get through things, that we're constantly dealing with the same things over and over and over again. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people. There are some things in my life I feel like, wow, I have fought this for so long. Why don't I get any better? And I cry out to the Lord and I pray about it and I try, and there it is again. You have those things in your life too. We all do. And I've said so many times before that that's the reason that Jesus died. Because we have those things in our lives that we cannot get rid of, that we are powerless, it seems like, to do anything about. And he says, just because you're dealing with something doesn't mean it's a deal breaker. He died for our sin. You can learn a lot from Marvel Comics. Don't you love how he just throw things out of left field like that? You thought I was going to say the Bible, and that's probably true too. Just kidding. But I'm kind of a Marvel Comics nut. Now, let me just clarify for a minute. I've never read the comic books. I was never into comics, and by the time I was, grown, Marvel started becoming a lot more popular, and it just wasn't really there when I was a kid. But anyway, I love the movies. Love the movies. I'm a huge fan of Captain America, as you probably can see by my plugs. Yeah. But, one of the interesting movies is Doctor Strange. It just came out. And there's a line in Doctor Strange that I thought really illustrated this point. It says, "We never lose our demons. We only learn to live above them." I like that. Our demons, in other words, those things that we struggle with, those things that we deal with, but we learn to live above them. In other words, not focusing on them, but living above them. And something happens when we begin the process of living above them. They're not as glaring. We don't struggle as hard. And, well, sometimes we even forget about them. Living above them, making another plan. I have all of my life fought my demons, quote unquote, those things that I struggle with, fought them. And I know there are some people that say, well, you just need to cast out the demons. I'm not talking about those kinds of demons. I'm just talking about those struggles that we all have in life, those little things. It can be a simple thing like, the way you talk, or, little words that you use that you keep repeating and you wish you didn't, and you don't think about it, and there it is again, And people that say, "Pastor Bob, I noticed that you do this," like a nervous habit. People that ride with me in my car know that I'm always tapping something, always tapping the steering wheel or something. There's always a beat going on. And when the windshield wipers are going, I always hear that beat and I have to put another beat to it. I don't know why. But those little things, and I try not to do it. And before I know it, I realize that I'm doing it again. That kind of stuff. But those little things in life we'll probably deal with, but some of the tougher things that we really need to get over, they keep reoccurring. And it's been my experience that when you concentrate on those things, and I'm going to stop, your focus is on it and you don't stop because your focus is there. But when you learn to live above it, when you plan for something else, when you say, I realize I have this, but I'm going to get something more significant to take its place above this, then you begin to find this area, your demon, your difficulty, whatever, a lot less of an issue, a lot less of a driving force. And Sometimes they just disappear. Learning to live above the difficulties. That's the power of the Holy Spirit inside of us. He came that we would have the power. Jesus said, "You'll receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you, and you'll be my witnesses." And he said that he will guide you into all truth, and he'll lead you into, um, uh, discernment, and all the things that the Holy Spirit does within us. And it's a pretty amazing thing. And when you allow the Holy Spirit to live above the circumstances, really amazing things begin to happen. I've kind of rambled a little bit today. I realize it. Hope you enjoyed it. But, I really appreciate it when you send in questions, comments. Love it. And keep those coming in. I appreciate them. And we'll see you again tomorrow. God bless you. Have a great day.